Okay, this is going to be the start of a series of videos, and maybe even just a full-time series called the Redemption Report. And anybody that subscribes to my videos knows that I talk about redemption, stopping foreclosures, and basically how the banking and the court system works. So today I want to talk about when you register yourself. And everybody knows, you go down and register, and it seems innocuous enough. You just, when you register yourself, you record formally and exactly in a list or something like that, and it sounds innocent enough. Now, whom do you register with? The register, or the registrar, is an officer who has the custody and charge of keeping of a registry or a register. And some examples of registries or registers of copyrights, deeds, wills, motor vehicles, and patents. These all have to do with property, not people. Other registries, such as registries of birth, death, marriage, voter registration, college registrations, and the like, all have to do with registering the natural person. Now, we're going to take a leap here. What really a registry, generally, a registry applies to vessels in foreign commerce, whereas enrollment refers to coastwise navigation. When we register ourselves, we are saying that we are vessels in foreign commerce, but that is why our names are magically become capitalized on all the various registrations, your military, voting, birth certificate, death certificate, credit cards, etc., all in capital letters. Now, I'm assuming that you probably, but at this time, know what that means. It's basically your straw man or your corporate fiction is what you're talking about registering. And all vessels and ships have capitalized names too. So after registering, we are no longer dealt with as a natural living soul, but as vessels operating in foreign commerce. And so what is the foreign commerce in which we are operating? It's called corporate commerce. Corporations cannot do business with natural beings. So when we enter their jurisdiction to do business with corporations, when we become a vessel, because a vessel is not a natural being. A vessel is a fiction, just as a corporation is a fiction, and now the two fictions are capable of transacting business. This all ties in with the flag law. Many people for years have said that we are under maritime law, and had us study maritime admiralty law in court. After all, the flag flown in all the courts is a military flag, and therefore the law they are advertising by the flag is admiralty. So we are viewed as vessels because we registered as such. We are all vessels in a sea of commerce, and all courts are commercial courts for commercial fictions, not lawful common law courts for real people. So when you go into the courts, you'll notice that they're flying the United States corporate flag, but it's got a gold fringe on it, which has, from my studies, a couple of different meanings. It is an admiralty. It's a military flag in admiralty, and they're flying like 4 different colors: red, white, and blue, and gold, which means you're under the color of law. And what is color of law? Well, color of law is basically anything that the people will put up with becomes the law, unless you challenge it, unless you you don't voluntarily go along with it, it becomes the law, and that's under what's called color of law. Okay, so you're a vessel, and vessels enter contracts with other vessels under the law of the flag. If you don't like the laws their flag represents, then you do not contract with these other vessels. The flag is your warning of what laws will have control of the contract. Walk into a bank, they're flying the same military flag with the gold fringe. Always. Do you know that? That's who you're walking into. You're walking into admiralty, their laws. And you don't get a bank account yourself. You're contracting your corporate fiction, your name in all capital letters, with their corporation. That's what's happening there. Okay, so the flag is your warning. And when you submit a contract, which itself is a vessel, where is your flag? If your contract does not display a flag, then you are tacitly submitting to the laws of their flag. But you say there is no flag displayed on their contract. Right and wrong. There is no flag on the face of the contract, but there is a flag somewhere in their building or in front of their building. Every bank displays the United States flag. And I just went into that. So another analogy, after 4 grueling interviews with multiple tests, you finally land a job at the big company. The boss sends you down to human resources to fill out your paperwork. One of the forms you must sign is an acknowledgement form for an employee handbook that states that you have received, understand, and will abide to the rules, codes, and regulations of the corporation. Some of those rules will deal with dress codes, tobacco usage protocols, harassment, sick time, vacation pay, and even disciplinary actions. Excitedly, you sign an acknowledgement, the contract, and start work bright and early Monday morning. You're in your finest suit and shoes polished, and it's a real good hair day. And your best friend shows up to take you out for a celebration lunch. I work for myself, though doing landscaping in my usual attire, overalls, t-shirt, and boots. This outfit doesn't meet the standards of the company dress code, and the coworkers look at me kind of funny. But I do not work for this company, nor did I agree or abide to its dress code, so they cannot tell me how to dress, because they have no jurisdiction, no contract with me. Now, what you must understand is that the government is no more than a private corporation. They have corporate codes, rules, and regulations, and they're corporate employees, just as the big 500 companies did in our analogy. Since these codes are not laws, why does everyone follow them as if they were law? Why does the corporate government think you must follow their codes, rules, and regulations? The reason is because you say you are an employee. The state that you are an employee of, the United States, every time you file a Form 1040 with the IRS, as that form is only for employees of the corporation. The IRS takes you at your word and treats you as an employee. The same is true for state taxation forms. You also assert that you are a United States corporate employee every time you answer yes to the questions, are you a United States citizen? How many times have we done that? Maybe 20 or more. Think of all the forms you have signed that you ask that very question: W-4s, I-9s, passports, driver's license, job application, school registrations, credit card applications, Brady Bill forms, and the list is endless. The United States corporate citizens are subject to all the codes, rules, and regulations of the company. If you claim national citizenship, please remember that America or your state is the nation you claim, not the United States corporation. Personally, I'm an inhabitant of California, and my citizenship is in heaven. The bottom line is that we're dealing with corporations. We're dealing with contracts. Look up Erie Railroad versus Tompkins. Just as I did, I have a contract with the Big 500 company and do not adhere to its dress code. I don't have a contract with the United States Corporation, and I don't have to adhere to their employee codes. Everything is by contract. Even the courts and corporations and operate by contract. Everything offered to you, either verbally or in writing, is a new offer of contract. Think about these examples and start noticing how many times each day you get offers to contract: a traffic ticket, a parking ticket, a code enforcement violation for your yard being not mowed, a building permit, a jury duty notice, a notice or bill for property taxes, a bill to re-register your car, a notice of bill of the state of federal taxes, a notice from your bank or credit card that you will have higher charges and late payments. A list is eternal, because everything between you and a corporation is an offer to contract. And so that's going to be it for today for the redemption report. My name is Jeff, and I'm signing off. Have a nice day.